everyone, it's Amanda from I Sew A Lot, and I'm here today with my new vlog, which is all about my November makes. I managed to make everything that I said I was going to make in my haul and plans video, but apart from the shift dress, which I was going to make from the Cotton and Steel Rifle Paper Co. Birch Floral Periwinkle, I was going to make a shift dress like I say, but as it's a little bit of a spring print, I've decided I'm going to leave it till after Christmas and have another think about whether that's really going to suit it or not. Because I managed to get the extra fabric obviously, so my options are a little bit wider. But anyway, going to jump straight into all my makes. I've got 6 things to show you, just looking over there because they're actually on my bed. Yep, I've got 6 things to show you. I've been really busy. So I'm going to start first with what I'm wearing, which is the Molly top and dress from the Sew Over It My Capsule Wardrobe City Break ebook, and I've made it from this beautiful floral ponta roma. It's a pepperminty kind of colour. I didn't have any problems with this pattern at all. It's really easy to follow. The only issue that I had was with the neckline, although as you can see I'm happy with it. Same thing again, it stands away from my collar slightly, so I wish I'd have just made it slightly smaller, because in the pattern obviously they can't give you the exact guidance on what length your neckband should be, because everybody can choose different fabrics and they have different results obviously. So yeah, I just wish I'd taken another couple of inches out of it just to make it lay a bit flatter. But other than that, I'm really pleased with it. I like the length of the sleeves. I went for a 3/4 length. I really like the grown-on sleeves, which has the added section there with the seam being around your mid-upper arm. I really like that. Also, I went with a really wide hem. I don't know if you can see, I might see if I can get a bit closer, but I twin needle stitched it, and I think it was about 2 inches, so I really like that. I think that's a really nice finish. Yeah, not much else to say about it. I made the size 8, but I did have to take it in slightly when I'd finished sewing it. So other than that, everything else was great. Fabric, love this fabric. As I said in my previous video, it's from Fabworks. I'm not sure they've got any left now. They did have some when I looked the other day, but I don't think they had a great amount. But it's really reasonable, £7 a metre. It's fantastic. So on to my next make. I've got to get changed, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, the next make, here it is. And this is been a bit of a Sew Over It themed this month, but it's the Sew Over It heather dress, which has recently come out on PDF. It's a jersey dress, and on the pattern it actually gives you the option, if I can just show you, don't know if you can see, but this option here, it gives you a colour blocking option, as you can see. So I decided to go with that. I've used fabrics that I had in my stash. If I can just move back so you can see, it's got the lovely pockets in the seam, and I went for the elbow length sleeve because I ran out of this grey fabric. Both ponta roma, although the grey is slightly thicker, and it's got a lovely cornrow raised print on it, which I really like. It's really snuggly, and the pink is just a straightforward ponta roma. I think I got them both from Textile Centre. I don't think on eBay, I don't think they've got this grey left, but they did have some of the pink. It was like called pearl pink or something. Really pleased with this make. It's a little bit tricky around the pocket area, and I've seen on Instagram a few people who have been making the dress and have also experienced a few problems with it. When I sewed it up, I just sort of winged it and did what I thought. I don't know if that's 100% what I followed the pattern instructions, but it is a little confusing because when you sew the pocket and the side seam, you kind of have a bit of an overlap between the fabrics. But I noticed that you're supposed to cut one so that I take it, you can overlock it in a, you know, sort of a straight line one piece and then the other piece. But yeah, it was a little tricky, but I didn't really have any problems with it, only that I found the instructions a little hard to follow, so just kind of did what I thought. But overall, I'm really pleased with the result. Also, the other thing, when I finished sewing it, I sewed the smallest size, and it was really, really big on the hips. And I've noticed online that other people have made it, and they've also experienced the same thing, that it's been quite generous in the hip area. I know it's supposed to be a loose, comfy style dress, but I think I had to take each side in by about 2 inches, maybe more, to fit me. And I have more generous hips than the rest of me, so yeah, that's the only issue that I had with it. Again, the neckline, I think I probably should have made the neckband slightly shorter, but other than that, I really like it. I've worn it loads and it's really, really comfy and really warm, perfect for this kind of weather, so I would totally recommend it. Thumbs up for this pattern. So on to my next make. Okay, back again. My next make is the Erin skirt from the My Capsule Wardrobe Sew Over It ebook and City Break. And if I just show you, I made it in a navy corduroy. I've got jean buttons, and I really like it. The only thing is, I'm not sure about the pockets, because for my shape, where I've got a smaller waist and bigger hips, I think these kind of pockets, which tend to poke out a bit, make your hips look slightly larger maybe. The only other thing is, it does tell you to interface the waist and the plackets if you're using a lighter weight denim, but I thought as it's corduroy that it would be okay. However, I think I probably should have interfaced it, because it's not quite as stiff as I would like, especially on the waistband. But I really like it. I haven't worn it yet, so I'm hoping if I wear it a few more times, it's going to really grow on me. And it's perfect for this time of year, because corduroy, obviously, it's quite warm. So yeah, really like it. The only thing I would say is that it does come up quite small, and I've seen a few people that have made it on Instagram and they've had trouble when they've actually sewn it together with it being too small. And I have to admit, when I sewed it together, I thought, I don't think that's going to fit. But fortunately, mine just about does fit, although I think my buttons maybe gape slightly, but I have got a bit of room in it. But yeah, I really like the back. I like the darts in the back. I think that's really nice. It makes it a really nice shape, and the length as well. I really like the length. But yeah, okay, so getting out of puff. Next make. Okay, this is my next make. Excuse the vest. I know that it's totally not the weather vest, but the black top I usually wear under this is actually in the wash, so I need to make some more black tops, clearly. The next one, obviously, is the Tilly and the Buttons Cleo. And this came out really recently. I ordered one of the kits, as I said in my last vlog, of this lovely teal denim. I sewed this up. I went for the mini version, as you can see. I love the back and the pockets on the back. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It was a really, really easy sew. I took a bit of time over it because I wanted to get the top stitching really, really good, and because all this front is top stitched all around the sides and obviously the pocket. But there is nothing complicated about this dungaree dress. It just is, you've got to take your time and get everything so it's looking really nice. But I love it. I've worn it loads. I think there's loads of options to make loads of different varieties, and I think if you had sort of a quilting weight cotton or something like that for the summer, it would be really, really nice as well. There's so many options, and I can see myself making loads more of these. But I really, really love it, and I've seen a lot of people on Instagram that have made it, and every version is just amazing. I just love it. It's a brilliant pattern, so thumbs up. Well done, Tilly. Fab pattern. Okay, next make. Okay, my next make is the Carolyn Pajamas by Closet Case Files. Unfortunately, I chose a tartan that was quite difficult to work with. Not from a fabric point of view, you know, consistency point of view, but from a pattern point of view. As you can see, I've made them out of a check, but as you can also see, it's a directional check. So I've got a wide line here, a narrower line here, and we've got checks going horizontally as well. So to enable me to make the checks mirror each other, I had a bit of a nightmare. So unfortunately I didn't get around to making the top, and I'm thinking, because I'm not the greatest at pattern matching anyway, although I think my pattern matching's not too bad. And on the back, I really like the waistband. I think it's got a really nice wide waistband, pockets on the side. But yeah, I think I'm going to save the top for a plain fabric, so I can do it with some nice piping and yeah, just really make it look professional. Whereas I couldn't bear to try and pattern match the top, given it's obviously got the collar and the plackets and everything. Yeah, it was a bit too hard. So I only did the trousers, but I have to say the trousers are really fab. They're so comfortable. I really like the fit. You haven't got a saggy crotch, which a lot of the time with pyjamas I find that you have. And the bottom area as well fits really nice. I put some piping around the cuff. And what I did, because I've got quite long legs, I'm normally a 35-36 inch leg, I cut the size which was supposed to be for the version without a cuff. So this version, I don't know if you can see, but this version, which is supposed to not have a cuff. So I cut that version, and then I also cut the cuff piece and I added that on the bottom. So that seems to have worked out to be the perfect length for me. But like I say, they're really comfy. I think because they're quite a narrow fit for pyjamas, it makes them look a little bit more stylish rather than slobby. So I'm really happy with that. And yeah, I've bought some more brush cotton to make a plain version. So yeah, that should be coming soon. And obviously I'm going to get my haul and my plans video up soon as well, so I'll be able to say about that. Okay, but I got this fabric, obviously it was in my last video, and it was from Fabworks, and it was £5 a metre. But I did notice I think it was this week, that they had an offer on it. I don't know if that's still running, but I think it was something ridiculous like £3.50 a metre, so check it out. And Fabworks for brush cotton is really, really reasonable. It's crazy. So one more mate to go, last one. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, last one. And this is, of course, the Sew Over It Pussy Bow Blouse. And we made this version, which I think is version 2. And as I said in my previous video, I did a sew along with my sister, and we both sewed a blouse, a pussy bow blouse. She did a black one with a nice white daisy print on it, and I went for this red. I'll just stand up so you can see. Oh, my camera's a little bit off. But I love it. I made it from a viscose that I got from Minerva Crafts, which was really, really reasonable. And I love it. This is about the fourth one I've made, and I love them all. I always get really nice comments when I wear them, and I think they're really feminine and a really, really nice make. The only thing I will say is, since I've made a few and posted them on Instagram, I've had quite a few people actually ask me about the area where the bow joins, the necktie joins the bodice. And people seem to be having a little bit of trouble with that area. And I have to admit, in my first couple, mine's not the neatest. But this one, I've really nailed it, and it does look much, much better. And I can only reiterate what I said in a previous video. When I make these blouses, I overlock the entire front. And whilst that may make it a little bit more bulky, when you stitch the necktie on, I think it gives a really, really neat finish. And then if you slightly misplace your necktie and it doesn't end up where it should be, then you've already overlocked it, so it doesn't really matter. As long as it's even, an even distance away from the V on both sides, because it doesn't join directly to the V. There is a little gap, as you can see. There is a gap in between where the tie joins the blouse and where the V is. So yeah, that's why I think overlocking it's really good. You've got no seam there, no hem there. It's just overlocked and then ironed to the inside. So I think that gives a much better finish. As I said in my other ones, I'm really lazy and I don't hand stitch all my tie down, and I don't hand stitch my cuffs. and I've got some, it's a bit creased around the wrist, but I got some nice black twinkly buttons that I had left over from my black one. I didn't have any red buttons, but I think they're okay. I stitch in the ditch around the cuffs and around the neck because it's just quicker, and I'm rubbish at hand stitching, so it just makes for a neater finish. So that is it. Bit of a mammoth video, I'm afraid. But I'm going to do my haul video as well this weekend because I've got lots of fabrics that I've bought and I need to get cracking because I need to get on with my little red dress project. Oh, that is hard to say. My little red dress project. I need to get going with that. I've got my fabric, I've got my pattern, and so I want to get it up on my videos so that everyone else can see, and I'd love some comments on that as well as to what everybody thinks. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks to all the lovely comments and some subscribers that I've had over the past few weeks. I've been just overwhelmed by it. It's amazing. But yeah, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Like I say, I've got one coming in the next few days. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a fab weekend and happy sewing. So I'll see you later. Bye.